Hey there hunters, Lord here, back with another Monster Hunter Wilds set video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering my favorite raw dual blade sets during the current state of Monster Hunter Wilds. Now before we jump into the video, I do want to say that this is going to include some endgame spoilers after Hunter rank 40. So if you're not yet to that point in your Monster Hunter Wilds journey, or if you're just trying to avoid spoilers for sets or weapons or decorations, then do consider saving this video to watch later when you are ready to make your endgame sets. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So before we get into it, the current set builder that I am using does not show the element or status on the weapons. They're still working on it, but just know that right now I am a real big fan of the Paralysis Dual Blades as it gives you some really nice crowd control during your hunts. However, this first build will also work with Poison, and the second build will work with pretty much any weapon that you want. It doesn't matter at all what you decide to use for your dual blades. If you want to go for element or if you want to go for status, that's totally fine. However, the idea for these is to be built around the paralysis weapons that I like to use. So with that said, the first set will be using, of course, the Ardian dual blades, as they have generally the best customization overall. I've slotted in a razor sharp / handicraft jewel, a paralyzer jewel level 3, and a critical jewel level 3. Now, with just the Paralyzer Jewel level 3, you will be able to hit your status cap on these weapons, as status cap is significantly lower than the element cap. However, you can really swap that Paralyzer Jewel out for anything else that you prefer. These are just the sets that I like to use. You do not have to copy me. It's your game. You paid for it with your money. If you like another skill more, please feel free to use it. As far as the armor goes, we will be using the Ray Sandhelm Beta slotted with a Foray Jewel, the Rathian Mail Beta with 3 Sprinter Jewels, the Guardian Arkveld Vambraces Beta with 3 Medicine Jewels, the Rathian Coil Beta with a Refresh Jewel, the Guardian Arkveld Greaves Beta with a Refresh and Shockproof Jewel, and the Foray Charm 2. So as far as skills go, this gives us Foray level 5. So anytime the monster is paralyzed or inflicted with poison, we will have 15 raw attack and additional 20% affinity, which is just super nice. Again, I don't think this skill is all that great, but I know a lot of people like to use it, so I wanted to go ahead and throw together a build with it for those of you who do. We then have Razor Sharp 3, Paralysis Attack 3, and Critical Boost 3, as well as 1 level of Handicraft on our weapon. Marathon Runner level 3 is pretty much a must-have for dual blades, as it halves our continuous stamina depletion. So when we are in demon mode, so by pressing R2 and your weapon turns red, your stamina continuously drains, and this effectively doubles the amount of time that we can spend in demon mode. We then have Weakness Exploit level 3 for some additional crit when we are attacking weak spots and wounds. Then Recovery Up level 3 works with our Guardian Arkveld's Vitality set bonus, but we'll get to a little more of that later. We then have Stamina Surge at level 2, so when you drop down into low stamina and swap out of Demon mode, your stamina will regenerate 30% faster. Latent Power gives us an extra 10% affinity and some stamina reduction as well after 2 minutes in the quest or taking enough damage. Just a nice skill to have, and that's why I threw in the Ray Sandhelm Beta. Then Evade Extender, Element Absorption, and Shock Absorber either just come with the armor pieces we're using or are my choice in decorations. As far as our set bonuses go, the only one we have currently active is the Guardian Arkveld's Vitality, which gives us, with 2 pieces, Decimator 1. So anytime we destroy wounds, we get some health back, and this does stack with Recovery Up to increase the amount of health we get back from wounds. Overall, this is just nice for comfort. It's not the main theme of this set, but it is nice to have the ability to heal if you would like to by just simply doing a focus strike or popping a wound by continually attacking it. So again, that set is mostly just for people who like to run Foray. I personally think Foray is kind of mid, like 4 out of 10 type skill. And so this second set is the one that I am running in all of the background footage. It is my current favorite raw dual blade set. It doesn't rely on only using poison or paralysis, so you could definitely slot in any dual blades that you like into this next set. Again, I'm showcasing it with an Ardian weapon because the slot efficiency is just great. The weapon decorations remain exactly the same. This is the setup that I like. Again, if you like something else, just use it. You don't have to use what I use. It's your game, you paid for it, play it how you like. Then for the armor, the Guardian Rathalos Helmet Beta starts us off with an Evasion and Refresh Jewel. Then the Arc Vulcan Chest Beta with a Tenderizer and another Refresh Jewel. The Gore Vambraces Alpha with a Refresh and Sprinter Jewel. The Arc Vulcan Coil Beta with 2 more Sprinter Jewels. The Gore Greaves Beta with a single Chain and 2 Sane Jewels. And finally, the Chain Blade Charm 2. So, as far as skills go, we have Weakness Exploit at level 5 for 30% affinity on weak spots, and an additional 20% on top of that if that spot has a wound for about 50% in total. Razor Sharp level 3 for 50% sharpness usage reduction. Paralysis Attack level 3, again my choice, to hit that status cap. And Crit Boost 3 to take our critical hits from plus 25% damage to plus 34% damage. Then Stamina Surge level 3 allows our stamina bar to recover 50% faster. Again, you know what Marathon Runner 3 does. It basically doubles our stamina bar when in demon mode. Antivirus level 3 coupled with the 2 pieces of Gore Magala set bonus firstly makes the Frenzy from the 2 pieces of Gore armor easier to overcome, and then once we do overcome that Frenzy, it totals out to plus 25% affinity. The antivirus skill description is currently wrong. It says at level 3 it gives plus 15, but it only gives plus 10. We then have Flare level 2, as Flare level 2 actually creates wounds faster than any other level of Flare, whether that is 1, 3, 4, or 5. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It should get patched away soon, and we can just drop the Flare altogether and go for something else. But for now, this is what we're rocking with. We then have Evade Window at level 2. You could drop this down to level 1 by removing the Evasion Jewel in the head. This just makes getting that perfect dodge for that Dual Blades damage boost a little bit easier. Constitution 2 comes free on the armor, but since we will be using our dodge quite a bit more than we have in previous games in order to get that perfect dodge, having the extra stamina reduction when dodging from Constitution is very nice. Handicraft just comes with my Razor Sharp Jewel, and we finish it off with 1 level to recovery speed, flinch free, and burst. Now, since I already touched on it a little bit, let's go ahead and talk about the 2-piece set bonus of Gore Magala's Tyranny, giving us the Black Eclipse 1. So anytime we are in combat, we will automatically be inflicted with the Frenzy. We have to continually attack the monster, and we will then clear the Frenzy, granting us an affinity boost. And when coupled with Antivirus 3, again, it is 25% total extra affinity every time that we clear the Frenzy, which is pretty easy to do since Dual Blades attack really fast, and Antivirus 3 allows us to clear the Frenzy a little bit faster. Then with the 2 pieces of the Arc Vulcan armor, we have Arcveld's Hunger, and the 2-piece gives us Hasten Recovery 1. This makes it that every so many hits with Dual Blades, you will get a teeny tiny chunk of health back, just a little bit. And it is not that great, it is not super useful, but if you're missing just a little bit of health, or if the monster is paralyzed and you're missing a decent amount of health, you can just keep attacking and get some health back. These 2 armor pieces are so good that we would use them anyway, even if we didn't get this extra little bit of health steal. But it's a nice little bonus to have, so we'll take it as a cherry on top of a very, very strong set. So now that we've gone over the sets, let's go ahead and cover some commonly asked questions that I find myself constantly answering in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and cover these now so that way you guys don't have to ask them. So why are we not using crit status? It's worse than critical boost. It competes with critical boost. Critical boost is better, so we're not going to replace it with crit status. Why am I not using focus or power prolonger? Again, same thing. They compete with crit boost and are worse than crit boost. Why don't you think Foray is good? Well, it just doesn't have much uptime. Even if you got 4 paras in a single hunt, each para only lasts around 9 seconds, giving you less than 40 seconds of uptime. And most hunts you will not be getting 4, so it will usually be even less than that. Why am I only using Burst level 1? Well, Burst doesn't boost status weapons, it only boosts the raw damage. This makes Burst 1 a super cheap way to get 8 extra raw attack for pretty much free. Why are you only using Flare 2? Now, I did talk on this a little bit, but Flare is currently bugged, and Flare level 2 creates the white scars and red wounds twice as fast as levels 1, 3, and 5, and about 30% faster than Flare level 4. So this is the cheapest way to get wounds the fastest until they decide to fix it. Why are you using Razor Sharp instead of Master's Touch? It doesn't really matter. If you prefer Master's Touch, then use it. I find Razor Sharp to be a bit more forgiving and consistent, but the choice is yours. Dual Blades eats through sharpness, so you're going to be sharpening mid-hunt either way. You don't have to copy me one-to-one. Again, you're always welcome to make adjustments to my sets to fit in what you prefer. Where are the element sets? They're already up on the channel. What are the best RDN upgrades? So ideally you want 20% affinity and 1, maybe 2 sharpness upgrades by the time you're done reinforcing, and anything else is just icing on the cake. You guys probably aren't speedrunning competitively, so having 5 more or 5 less attack or status or affinity won't make or break your overall gameplay or magically make hunts significantly faster or slower. It doesn't matter, aim for 20% affinity, everything else is just nice to have. Why are you using X skill instead of Y or Z? I explained why I used each skill already in the video. If I'm not using another skill, it's probably because I don't like it, or it's bugged, or whatever I have on is better. So with that whole spiel out of the way, that is it for the awesome status dual blade sets. Be sure to let me know down in the comments which of these builds you'll be looking to try out first. If you did enjoy today's video or found the sets helpful or fun, be sure to drop a like down below. It's a completely free way to support the video and the channel. And if you're new to my channel, new to Monster Hunter, or you like content like this for set building, for guides, tutorials, and a bunch of other information about Monster Hunter Wilds as a game, then do consider subscribing to the channel. Again, it's another totally free way to support my channel. And you can always change your mind later if you're finding the content just isn't for you. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I wish you all a good day and happy hunting.